Welcome back. It's the 23rd of June. About a week ago or so I lifted the elephant garlic and I've got it in the shed here. It's not bad. That's probably the biggest bulb there. It's not as big as last year, and I suspect that's really down to 12 weeks or so with hardly any rain at all. But yeah, it's not bad, and there's no white rot, so that's always a good thing. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. Let's move on and have a quick look around. So I did about 3 hours this morning. Anyway, it's after lunch now, and have a look at these are the sweet bell peppers. I've had to spray them again with soapy water. There was some more aphids starting to get on them, but this the Epsom salts I think has really done the trick. Greened up nicely, and I've noticed that I don't know if you can see there's flowers coming on now, which is, where are we? There. Some more there. So yeah, well excited about that. You'll see I've never grown bell peppers before, so even though you can see, you know, I think that's down to aphid damage. That this mottling on the leaves, I think that's where they've been taking the sap out of the leaf. But they seem to have made quite a good recovery, and they've bushed out quite nicely when I nipped the tops out. So yeah, that's all good. And we're still just, strawberries are still flowering, still picking a few, say not a huge quantity, but just enough to keep my wife and myself a little treat now and again. This is just enough really. Go and have a look in the other greenhouse now. So again, in this one I had problems with ants. So I was in here this morning spraying with a 50-50 solution of water and white vinegar. I read that that will kill them and they hate it. So you can still see one or two running around, but yesterday I was working in here and they were crawling up with mini trouser legs and everything. So I thought, alright, that's it. I was tolerant to a degree, but I can't, you know, that's enough's enough. So I'll see, we'll have to see how we go on and whether or not that does the trick. If not, I believe essential oil, peppermint oil, orange oil, that kind of thing will also, and soapy water I think can also be a deterrent. So I'll see over the next few days how we go on, whether or not it's shifted them. In fact, I'm just looking now. Are they the winged males or the winged females or both? But there's a whole bunch of them. So it looks like they're going to fly anytime soon. So let's help them on the way. I'll open the window and they can bugger off out of there. So yeah, we've got a few little cucumbers starting to come, which is great. And on the these are the cherry toms. They're starting to develop now. That's 1, 2, 3. There's the 4th truss. Right, let's move on. So here's the courgette bed, and yeah, we've got some courgettes coming now. Should be cutting those. Well, I could probably take that one, but these will definitely be ready for cutting in 2 or 3 days, I guess. There's quite a few on there. So that's good. And then the multi-sown onions have really started to put on a lot of rapid growth since the rain. And as I say, what we do is just keep pulling and have one out as a spring onion and leave the rest. So I'm typically leaving possibly 2 or maybe 3 into a cluster to mature into bulbs. But that rain has definitely perked things up, no question. So that's where the elephant garlic was, and I've put leeks there, But you can see again what I've done this, I've left the bulbil things just lying on the soil, and you know, when it gets covered over for winter, hopefully they're going to germinate and give me some more plants. Over here, this was the second row amongst two. Our enemy, the wood pigeon, has been having a whale of a time. If you look closely here, you can see the damage where they've pecked. And these are mature plants, which has really surprised me. But what they do is they sit on the fence here, on this wire, and just peck the whole row right along. And they've been doing the same here. You can see where they've been pecking. But hopefully, I have started to pick them, so even if we get you know, a couple of weeks picking out of them, that'll do for me. Any that's left, I'll just leave them to bulk up and save for seed for next year. I also had to tie up the, well, I didn't have to, but I tied up the asparagus because it was just kind of getting blown all over the place. So I just kind of bundled it up and tied it with a bit of string. But the only other thing I want to show right now is this row of kale, or double row kale. This was the first row planted out, and it's been covered with enviro mesh. But so anyway, I took the mesh off because it was pushing, you know, the tops were pushing up against the mesh. And then I noticed it's all running to seed. It's bolted because of the dry hot weather. Kale doesn't like hot weather. And you can see here, look, it's, I think pretty much nearly everyone has run to seed, so it's no good. So what I'm going to do now is rip all that out. All the leaves will get chopped up on the compost. I'll take the stems home and shove them through the chipper so that nothing's wasted, and then I'm going to re-sow, which is not a problem because still got time. And if you just spin you around, there's the later row planted over there again, which has reached the top of the net, so at some point probably going to have to take that net off and just spray with BTK. But so what it means is that that row there will be ready first, and then when I re-sow, this will probably be harvested in sort of January, February next year. So again, hopefully we'll get a continuation of supply. Right, I'll get on with it. Catch you later. Right, that's it. Feel like I've done a slash and burn of a mini Amazon forest there. That needs to stop, doesn't it? But yeah, what I did was I just inverted them and chopped all the leaves off into here, then used me shears to shred them up a little bit. Unfortunately, the stems were still soft enough to sort of chop up with this chef's knife, which only left these, which will go in the incinerator, and then the ash will be put back on the garden. But one thing I did notice, the last three at the end of the row all had club root. So if you've never had club root, there's a healthy root system, and there's one with club root, just to show you the difference. At the moment it's not emitting any foul smells, but quite often it can be slimy and emitting quite a stink as well. But yeah, you see the swollen roots there, that's definitely club root. So in fact, you see there's just beginning to start on that one there, look, one there. So they're all going to go in the incinerator. You know, you definitely don't want to compost that. So what I might do, I was having to think about it, so it was towards the end of that row there, even though I did put lime in the planting hole. I think what I might do is plant spring cabbage in here, because I think it's just the stage of their life cycle, they don't get bothered by it. And I'm going to definitely re-sow some kale, but what I might do is put a row where these peas come out, I'll put a row in there, and the chances are that they'll be okay, because that'll be they'll have had a rotation. So that's the plan for now. So what I'm going to do once I've got all that cleared up is cover this with cardboard. Right, so there we go, covered it over with cardboard. Hopefully that'll keep the weeds off and conserve a bit of moisture till we're ready to replant. One more thing that I have noticed, some of the purple sprouting broccoli has bolted too. Obviously I can use that, but yeah, that's a shame. There's one there as well. Again, it's a brassica, so I guess they just really didn't like the extreme temperatures that we've had for this part of the world. Anyway, not extreme for you guys over the pond or anything, but for here it has been, so I'm hoping they don't all go to seed. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll just give you a shot of those French beans. They're looking really good. Catch you later. Bye for now.